Hello friends, welcome back to the video series on Oracle PL SQL programming. In the previous video, we have already discussed on the character functions. In this video, we will discuss on the numeric function in Oracle SQL. Before we proceed to the SQL class, we have to discuss about the numbers, more precisely appropriate numbers. So, there are two types of numbers: exact, like 2, 4, 9, 7 by 2 is equal to 3.5, and the approximate 4 by 3 that equals 1.333 square root of 2, that means 1.414213 . So what is the approximate numbers? Such as pi is equal to 3.141592, that is also an approximate number. There are two ways to find the approximate numbers. Number one is the rounding off, and the second one is the chopping. So let us consider a number 22 by 7. That one is equal to 3.142857143 . That means never ending. That is for pi. In practice, it is desirable to limit such numbers to a manageable number of digits such as 3.14 or 3.143. This process of dropping unwanted digits is called the rounding off. If less than 5 in n plus 1th place, leave the nth digit unaltered, such as 7.893 to 7.89. That means here the 3, that particular digit, is less than 5. So for the 2 places of decimal, we have rounded the number 7.893 to 7.89. Now, if greater than 5 in the n plus 1 place, increase the nth digit by unity. That means 6.3456 to 6.346. That means here the 6, that particular digit, is greater than 5. So rounding to 3 places of decimal, we have rounded it to 6.346. That means the 5 plus 1. Exactly 5 in n plus 1 place, increase the nth digit by unity if it is odd. Otherwise, leave it unchanged. That means 12.675. So here at the third decimal point, that is exactly 5. So let's check what is in the previous digit. That is 7. That means odd. So here we are adding 1 with the 7. So we are getting 12.68. And when we have 12.685, so the third decimal point is the exactly 5. So here the previous digit is 8, that is even. So here we are rounding the 12.685 to 2 places of decimal as 12.68. That means when that is even, leave it unchanged. Now for the chopping. In it, extra digits are dropped by truncation of numbers. Suppose we are using a computer with a fixed word length of 4 digits. Then a number like 12.92664 will be stored as 12.92 if we want to get up to 4 digit or 2 places of decimal. So let's start with the SQL class to demonstrate all together. Open the SQL class and then log in. So here we are logging with the user system, and as you know, the password is password throughout the video series. And at first clear the screen for better view. First of all, we would discuss on the mod function, MOD. What mod function do? Mod function gives us the remainder in the SQL numeration. Let's check that mod function with the dual table. As you know, the dual table is a data definition table and already have been used in the character functions. So, writing the statement select MOD, then the number as 9, 2 from dual. Press enter. So we are getting the output as 1. That is, the remainder is 1. When we are dividing the 9 by 2, we are getting the remainder as 1. Now, as previously discussed, there are two ways to shorten any number. First of all, for round off, we should use the round function, that is ROUND. And for chopping, we should use the truncation method and the trunc function, TRUNC. Let's check what is happening with the round function. So here select, then ROUND, that round function, and we are using the number 10.3429, 2, end of parenthesis, from dual. Here the 2 indicates we are approximating the value up to 2 places of decimal. So press enter and we are getting 10.34. So as you know what the round off is now, so obviously the output would be 10.34 because we are wanting 2 places of decimal and the third decimal point is 2 less than 5. Let's check what happens if we change the number. So that is 10.3429 to 10.3479. And here we are getting the output as 10.35. Now to chop or truncation, we use the trunc function. Let's check what happens with the same number, that is 10.3479, and instead we are using round here, we are using the trunc function. Press enter. So we are getting the result as 10.34. So as truncation occurs up to 2 places of decimals, the output is 10.34. That means the 7 and 9, these two digits have been truncated. Now, what happens if we don't provide any number of digits after decimal point? Let's check with the 10.3479, and here we are not providing any number for the decimal points. Press enter and we are getting the result as 10, and same as for the trunc, here we are getting the result as 10. So both the cases, number is rounded or truncated to the integer value when we are not providing any number of digits after the decimal point. Now we have already calculated the remainder using the mod function. To get the quotient, we can use the trunc function, such as here. At first, clear the screen for the better view once again, and here we are typing select, then trunc, then 15 by 2 from dual. Here we are getting the quotient as 7. For the previous problem where that was 9 and 2, so here also we are using 9 by 2 and we are getting the quotient as 4. Now about the ABS function, that is ABS. ABS function returns the absolute value, such as select ABS. Here we are typing ABS in parenthesis minus 123.23 within the parenthesis. Press enter. So we are getting not the minus that particular sign, we are getting 123.23. That means the absolute value is returned here. Now to get the square root of any value, we can use the SQRT function. So here select SQRT, that particular function, and within parenthesis we are writing 25, the number, and that is from dual. Press enter and the square root is 5, as you know. Same as if we want, instead of 25 we are writing the number as 30 to get the square root, and we are getting 5.47722558. So SQRT function is used to find out the square root of any particular number. Now to return the value of one expression raised to the power of another expression, we use the power function. At first clear the screen for the better view, and here type select power, that particular function, and we are writing 5, 2, then end of parenthesis from dual. That means 5 to the power 2. So here we are getting the result as 25. Same as power, suppose 5, 2.1. That means 5 to the power 2.1. What happens? What answer is 29.3654736. Now to get the multiplication, we can again use the trunc function, such as select trunc, then within parenthesis write down the 9 star or asterisk 2, end of parenthesis, and then from dual. So the output is 18, and that is okay. Same as suppose we want 9 into 2.1. What happens? We get the answer as 18. Practically, which is not okay. To correct this particular problem, we have to use the number of digits after the decimal point, and for that we can use 9 asterisk 2.1 comma, then suppose we are using the digit 2, that means after decimal point there would be 2 digits. Press enter, and now we are getting the result as 18.9. So these are the some common functions we may use for the numeric calculation with the Oracle SQL. In the next video, we will discuss on the date function in Oracle SQL.